So I just found a list of the best comedies of the 2000s ranked. So let's break down the top 25. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
It's a me,
Dario!
Woohoo! Let's go!
Alright, so I'm going to keep this one short because I got to get out of the country. I got to go to Mexico to take care of my puppies. But as always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at SuperDario_World. Also, follow my Facebook page, Super Dario World. I update everything there. So let's get started here. Honestly, going through this list, you can find a list on ranker.com. Dude, the early 2000s were great for comedies. Great for comedies. I'm going through a whole lot of them. And it's... You know, you could tell that this is a fan vote thing because there's a lot of really great movies here that for some reason just were not popular. It's very weird. Like I'm going to try to go through all these. There were a lot of great comedies. It's 125 total, and I'm just going to go through these really quick, see which ones stand out. All right, 119 Funny People. That's the one with Seth Rogen and Adam Sandler. That one they sold it as a comedy, but it wasn't a comedy. Now, here's how comedies usually go. It's a movie about dramatic people in a funny situation. Funny People, on the other hand, it's a movie about funny people in a dramatic situation. So, honestly, I love that movie. I think it's one of Adam Sandler's better movies. Like, honestly, Adam Sandler is really good in drama. He adds a little bit of lightheartedness to it. It's kind of like a tragic character thing. He's really good in dramas, and this movie, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. If we're ranking comedies, I get why it's all the way at the bottom because it's not really a comedy. But let's moving on. 117, Punch Drunk Love. I think another Adam Sandler movie directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, one of my favorite directors. This is, again, Sandler doing drama. So I guess for some reason, if Adam Sandler's in the movie, they think it's supposed to be a comedy. It's not. It's a drama with funny moments in it and weird, quirky people. It's another great performance by Sandler. Which one's better? Reign Over Me was pretty good. I need to see the latest one. You know what? I'm gonna see. You know what? I'm gonna see the latest Sandler movie, the one about the diamonds. I'm blanking out on the name, and then I'll do a rankings of the best dramatic Adam Sandler performances. That should be fun. But let's see, another one that catches... Strange Wilderness was fun, but I get why it's all the way at the bottom. Death to Smoochie at 113, that's brutal. Death to Smoochie is hysterical. Robin Williams and Edward Norton are hysterical in that one. Moving on, let's see... Freddy Got Fingered at 107. I get that one. I get that. Freddy Got Fingered is not for everybody. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy... And there's a whole bunch of stories of the actor Tom Green showing up to the Razzies to get his award there. Dude, I won't spoil it for you. Check it out. I think you might be able to find the video of the things that Tom Green did for Freddy Got Fingered. It's a great movie. One Up in the Air 105. I did not really think that was a comedy. That's George Clooney and Anna Kendrick. I guess because you see Zach Galifianakis is in that one, but to me this was a drama. It's a drama with funny moments in it, so I have no idea. I think honestly, the way I'm looking at this, it looks like people think that comedies are just because there's comedians in them. That's not how that works, but let's move on. The incredible Burt Wonderstone, the Steve Carell, Jim Carrey movie. That was okay. 500 Days of Summer. Honestly, it's one of the better rom-coms out there. It's pretty good. Zoe Deschanel, what's his name? Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's a pretty good movie. It's not a bad date movie, and it'll make you hate a particular actress for a really long time. At least that's what happened to me. Let's see. Kung Pao 97. Kung Pao's a stupid movie, but it's great because it's a stupid movie. 95. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That is an underrated movie. I love that movie. It's hysterical. It's Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer. It is extremely clever. It's dark. It's a very dark comedy. It's also kind of like it's a crime movie, but it's hysterical. I highly recommend Kiss Kiss Bang Bang if you haven't seen it. 95 is way too low for that one. Let's see. Dinner for Schmucks. Steve Carell and Paul Rudd. I don't know why. I found that really funny. I really enjoyed that movie. Steve Carell. That's when Steve Carell and Paul Rudd were beginning to blow up. Accepted in number 90. Dinner for Schmucks and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang are better than Accepted. Accepted was fun, but not that great. Rush Hour 3 at 87. I get that. Okay, here's where things get stupid. Evan Almighty at 86. That is ridiculously stupid. Evan Almighty is a terrible, terrible movie. Probably Steve Carell's worst movie. Probably Morgan Freeman's worst movie. It was disgustingly bad. It should not be over any of the ones that I've mentioned before. Then we have another one. Let's see. Due Date, which Robert Downey Jr. and Galifianakis, which was funny. Get Smart. I actually enjoyed Get Smart. The reboot with Steve Carell and The Rock and Anne Hathaway. I would have enjoyed if they would have continued that. It was pretty enjoyable. Number 80, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. That was fun. Start a whole franchise. Evolution 77. Hot Rod. Hot Rod was fun. Number 75. Click 73. I get it was more of a kids movie, but also sort of dramatic Sandler. I remember that movie made a friend of mine cry, but he has issues with his dad, so that was probably why. Big Mama's House 71. I'm telling you, dude, the early 2000s, really, really great movies, especially comedy wise. Scary Movie 2 at 64. Little Nicky 63. Talladega Nights at 62. That's insanity. Little Miss Sunshine 61. Another Steve Carell movie. Bryan Cranston's in it too. I forget the little girl's name. I guess it's a quirky comedy. Sure, should be higher. It's one of the. It's a fan vote thing, because a lot of people did not watch Little Miss Sunshine, but I thought it was pretty funny. Yes Man, number 59. The Hot Chick. the hot Rob Schneider movie where he wakes up a hot girl wakes up in his body, and he wakes up in a hot girl's body. That movie was so stupid. It was so stupid, but I loved it. And wait a second. This can't be right. I need to double check this, because according to this thing, it says that The Hot Chick was directed by Tom Brady, and there's no way that it was directed by the Tom Brady. That sounds like something that I would have known. Let me see. The Hot Chick 2002. Where the hell is this? It's directed by Tom Brady. It can't be the Tom Brady. Okay, no, it's not the Tom Brady. Okay. Okay. That dude that dude may have the luckiest or the most unluckiest name of all time. I would just go by Thomas. Honestly, I would go by Thomas if I were him. But let's move on. Men in Black 2, number 55. Team America, number 54. That's ridiculous. Team America's great. Matt Damon. This is Matt Stone and Trey Parker at their best. Matt Stone and Trey Parker are the creators of South Park, and they do not give a fuck. In their movies, in their shows, it's great. Number 52, Snatched. Snatched all the way down to number 52. That's ridiculous. It's one of the better mobsters. It might be Guy Ritchie's best film, or the most enjoyable one. Brad Pitt, completely unrecognizable. They like nugs. They like nugs. It's great. Highly recommend Snatch. All right. This is insanity. Dude, Where's My Car is higher than Snatch. Snatch is 52. Dude, Where's My Car is 51. The Ashton Kutcher vehicle and Sean William Scott. Now, I get it. Dude, Where's My Car is enjoyable. Like, dude. Oh, what does my tattoo say? Sweet. What does mine say? Dude. What does mine say? Sweet. It's okay. I get it. It's fine. It's stupid. But, and it's okay because it's stupid, but not better than Snatched. Number 50, we got Hitch. Way too low. Jay and Silent Bob. Strike Back. 49. 48, Idiocracy. Now, Idiocracy is an underrated film. It's actually pretty good. It's with Luke Wilson, Maya Rudolph, and back then, really unknown Terry Crews as Presidente Camacho. It's the premise is that dude gets frozen. It's kind of the premise of Futurama, I guess. The dude gets frozen and he wakes up in the future. But in the future, it turns out that all the dumb people keep reproducing and all the smart people don't. And so that's why the genes people keep getting dumber and dumber. And so in the future, it's just a whole bunch of dumb people, dumb who don't drink water because you get that from the toilet. And so it's honestly it's an underrated movie. It's pretty good. 47, you got Van Wilder. That's probably what brought Ryan Reynolds to fame, that character Van Wilder, and he will forever be Van Wilder in my eyes. More than Deadpool, he's Van Wilder. 46, Shallow Hal. 45, Ocean's 11. Ocean's 11's a crime movie that has funny moments in it. It's a heist movie. I wouldn't say it's a comedy, but all right. 44, White Chicks. This is insane. White Chicks was an iconic film. All right, I can't tell you how many people just invited me to get together just to watch this movie. It was a moment in time it was one of probably the biggest success for the Wayans brothers, who have a career littered with success. It's a family of very successful people, and this was probably the greatest success amongst all of them. So that from number 44 it's way too low. Number 41, Waiting. If you've ever worked in the service industry, you love this movie. Or if you ever worked at a restaurant, you love this movie. Again, another Ryan Reynolds vehicle. It is so accurate in so many things. I love this movie. Highly, highly recommend Waiting. Let's see. Number 38, Borat. Another extremely culturally relevant movie. Borat. Everybody and their mother was talking about this. 38 is insane. It's very low. 36, American Pie 2. Which one's better, American Pie 1 or American Pie? They were both very important for their time, especially for rated R comedies. Oh, which one's better, though? Which one's better? I have to give the edge to the first one because that's the one that started it all, but American Pie 2 might be better, or at least it's on par with the first one. Number 35. By the way, I love that I said that I was only going to do the top 25, but once I started going with this, it's actually pretty exciting. It's too much fun to go down this road. But number 35, Road Trip. I love that movie. Love that movie. It's so stupid. Again, any movie with Tom Green is going to be stupid, and I love it. Let's see, another one that catches my attention. 31, Scary Movie. Should be a little bit higher. This one was a game changer. It's the one that started kind of the parody movies, but it was great. I see dead people. From that movie, anybody who said the was it's something that still gets quoted today. So, all right, let's move on to the top 30. And Austin Powers, Goldmember, better than Scary Movie, better than Road Trip, better than American Pie. No, that's ridiculous. Goldmember is the weakest of all the Austin Powers movies. It should not be on number 30. Number 29, we got Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? This is a Coen Brothers movie with George Clooney, John Goodman. It's a good movie. It's actually supposed to be kind of like a parody of, an adaptation or a reimagining of the story of Odysseus, the Odyssey, or Ulysses, depending on how you remember him. It's actually a pretty decent movie. I wouldn't say it's the funniest movie, but it's a good movie. Number 28, we have Role Models with Paul Rudd and Sean William Scott. Definitely should not be. Definitely not better than many of the other movies that I mentioned before. It's okay, but nowhere near better. Shrek 2, all right, I'll give it to you. Donkey. Donkey's pretty funny, eh? It's sad that whenever I think of Shrek, I always remember that it was supposed to be Chris Farley who voiced Shrek, but yeah, it's okay. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Is it better than the other ones? Yeah, it's fine. All right, it's fine. It's a good Mike Myers vehicle. It's fine. Number 26, we got Miss Congeniality. It's not my cup of tea, but a lot of people love it, particularly Chandler Bing. So I'll allow it. Number 25, Napoleon Dynamite. It's okay. I think it's a little bit overrated, or I think it was a little bit overrated. I guess I didn't get it, or I saw it when I was way too young and I just didn't get it, or it wasn't my cup of tea. But all right, I accept that it was culturally relevant for the time. 24, we got School of Rock. Dude, those kids can actually legit play. I've seen concerts of those kids. I've seen videos of those kids in concerts. Those kids can rock. I actually would like to see what the hell happened to those kids because they were extremely talented musicians. Is it Jack Black's best movie? No. I think Shallow Hal, which is lower, should have been higher than that one. But even Saving Silverman was funnier. But all right, let's move on. Number 23, we got Zoolander. Ooh, this is interesting. Is this No, it's not the best Ben Stiller vehicle by far. No, but is it the most iconic? Ooh, with the blue steel. Will Ferrell as the villain was great. For some reason, this thing says Natalie Portman's in it. I don't remember Natalie Portman being in it. I remember Billy Zane for sure. I remember David Bowie. The movie was great. It was extremely unexpected in many ways. I loved it. It was great. Number 23. Honestly, 23 and 24 for School of Rock, 23 for Zoolander. Okay, I don't hate. 22 now. Another Ben Stiller vehicle. We got Tropic Thunder. And actually, it's a Ben Stiller vehicle / Jack Black vehicle / Robert Downey Jr. vehicle. This movie was great. Honestly, Tom Cruise's best performance. I mean, no, not really, but his best comedic performance by far. He's unrecognizable. This movie could not be made today. Honestly, I'm shocked that 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, people had more balls, I guess. But I'm so happy it was made. I'm so happy they did not give a fuck and they made this movie. It's so funny. It's so great. Is that the best one? Is that the best Ben Stiller movie? No, it's not the funniest. There's another one, and it should be on this list. If it's not on the list, maybe I'm wrong in the years, but I think it did come out in the early 2000s. But moving on, Pineapple Express is number 21. No fucking way. Pineapple Express was okay at best. I need to clarify one thing. I'm not a stoner. I'm allergic to marijuana, so I don't really get stoner comedies. I mean, I get them, but I don't get them. So I thought the movie was all right. It had its moments. I'll never forget the whole cheeseburger line. Like, here, get yourself a Big Mac. Supersize it, bitch. I was like, haha, all right, that was funny. Franco acts like a great stoner because apparently the dude's sober. But the movie was okay, but it's nowhere near as good as Tropic Thunder. Nowhere near. So they're not even the same arena. So this list is already wrong. Number 20, we have The Other Guys. This is a Mark Wahlberg with Will Ferrell. Underrated movie. I thought it was actually pretty funny. It's, again, really... I guess the thing about comedy is that it's unexpected, the things that they're going to do. I'll never forget Mark Wahlberg, that he knows how to dance ballet, so he could make fun of the dudes who dance ballet. It's so stupid. The argument of the tuna and the lion is hysterical. And I remember when he was breaking it down, the friend of mine that I watched it with, he was like, dude, that sounds exactly like an argument you would make. And I'm like, are you trying to compare me with Will Ferrell? It brought a tear to my eye. It was great. But is it better? Right now, the standard, here you go. From this point forward, the standard is going to be Tropic Thunder, which is all the way at 22. Which means that if you're above Tropic Thunder, you have to be better than Tropic Thunder. And The Other Guys is not better than Tropic Thunder. So I would definitely flip those right there. Number 19, we have 50 First Dates, a Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler vehicle. Now, this is actually an Adam Sandler comedy. And it's, honestly, it's not a bad rom-com. It's actually a pretty good rom-com. And, as far as comedy goes, straight up comedy, I do think it's actually better than Tropic Thunder. Just like straight up clean comedy wise, the concept is pretty cool. If you don't know, by this point, do you not know what 50 First Dates is? I mean, I'm gonna assume you don't know. It's about a girl who basically every day her memory resets because she can't formulate long-term memory, so she only has short-term memory. And every single day, her memory forgets. So the dude's trying to conquer her every single day. It's a pretty good movie. So I might have even put it higher, but we'll see. We'll see what the rest of the list says because I started this one from the bottom. Next we have at number 18, we have Shaun of the Dead. This is a British comedy about zombies. It's a really good movie. It's not, to me, it's not that much that big of a comedy. It actually deals with pretty serious stuff like the zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse. Well, it deals with the zombie apocalypse in a very hysterical way. However, it does have maybe the greatest movie poster I've ever seen. And I'll never forget it. The first time I saw it, I just laughed my ass off and I was like, I gotta see this movie. It was a picture of a subway. And so it's a subway train, it's closed off, and you see a whole bunch of zombies inside the subway train, and they're kind of just like standing there. And Simon Pegg is standing next to them and looking at them like they're weirdos. Like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? Look it up. It's hysterical. I don't know why I loved it so much, but I did. So, all right, Shaun of the Dead's good. It was different. It was the first of the Edward Wright trilogy. What was the other one? Hot Fuzz and The End of the World, I think they were. It's good. It's okay. I believe it's fine there. Moving on, we got number 17, Bruce Almighty. This one I think should be higher. Jim Carrey, Jennifer Aniston, Morgan Freeman. This is, I think, when people started actually associating the voice of Morgan Freeman with the voice of God. It is hysterical. One of Jim Carrey's best, and he has a career of extremely hysterical movies. Most of them are in the 90s, but you know what? I don't think I've seen that many comedies from the early 2000s, from the 2000s with Jim Carrey. So this might actually be the best one. It made a buttload of money in the theaters. Most people love it. Most people can reference it. So I think it should be higher. But let's keep looking. Number 16, Zombieland. Shit. God fucking damn it. All right, so you got number 16, Zombieland. Number 18, Shaun of the Dead. God, which one's better? All right, I think Zombieland is funnier than Shaun of the Dead. Okay, and also it has runners for zombies, which are always better. So, all right, for a second there, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but now I clarified that. Zombieland is superior to Shaun of the Dead because it's slightly funnier, and they got runners for zombies, so it's also scarier at the same time. And it's Jesse Eisenberg when was this the time for around the Social Network? So it was the time that he was at his best. Lately, I've been disappointed with him, but he was at his best there. Number 15, moving on, we got Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Now, I really, really like Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I love that movie. Jason Segel's hysterical. Mila Kunis, they're great. Kristen Bell, Russell Brand. But is it better than Bruce Almighty? No, not even close. Not even close. I mean, the most memorable thing from this movie is probably Paul Rudd saying, "You sound like you're from London," and that's it. I mean, I don't remember anything else beating that or being more iconic than that. So Paul Rudd's not even one of the main characters. He's a secondary one, so definitely should not be above Bruce Almighty, Zombieland, 50 First Dates, or Tropic Thunder, or even Zoolander. So top 25, top 30 maybe. Ooh, I don't know. 14, Super Troopers. Okay, I'll give it to you. Another ridiculously insane comedy that you'd never really know what to expect from beginning to end. And I really like the Broken Lizard comedy group. Those dudes are hysterical. This movie, in a way, was a game changer. So, all right, number 14. But by the way, let me recap the ones that are top 25 so far. So 25, Napoleon Dynamite. Number 24, School of Rock. 23, Zoolander. 22, Tropic Thunder. 21, Pineapple Express. 20, The Other Guys. 19, 50 First Dates. 18, Shaun of the Dead. 17, Bruce Almighty. 16, Zombieland. 15, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. 14, Super Troopers. Out of all those, I would send Sarah Marshall. I would send it down. I would send The Other Guys down. Pineapple Express down. And I would keep School of Rock and Napoleon Dynamite at the bottom. The others I would definitely move up. It's particularly 50 First Dates, Tropic Thunder, and Bruce Almighty. Those would go way, way higher. Number 13, ooh, this is a good one. We got the Lindsay Lohan vehicle, Mean Girls. The Rachel McAdams movie. The Rachel McAdams movie. Honestly, everybody here remembers Regina George. Nobody remembers what the fuck Lindsay Lohan's character was. We remember Lindsay Lohan and Regina George. That's the only thing that anybody cares about. This movie was iconic. It's very relevant. It's hysterical. The secondary characters are great. Even Tina Fey. I'm not a big Tina Fey guy, but she wrote this, apparently, and it's pretty funny. Amanda Seyfried is hysterical on it. It's like I have ESPN or something. It's honestly great performances all around from everybody. It's a hysterical movie. I would put it higher, honestly. I would definitely put it higher. The only thing weak from it is probably the ending. It does have a weak ending, but the rest. I mean, it's a comedy. The rest, the important thing about comedies is that it makes you laugh throughout, and it does make you laugh throughout. So I would move it up. Number 12, we have Shrek, the one that started it all. The first movie to actually compete seriously against the Pixar and Disney Animation Studios. The first DreamWorks movie to actually compete. Okay, number 12 is good. It was very relevant for its time. Number 11, Monsters, Inc. Ooh, I'm not sure how I feel about Monsters, Inc. I like the movie, but it's definitely not Pixar's best. And is it better than Shrek? If I have to pick between watching Shrek or Monsters, Inc., honestly, I would put both of them lower here, just because they're kid movies. But honestly, I think Shrek should take this one. I think Shrek was better than Monsters, Inc. Or at the very least, it was funnier. Number 10. So let me just recap this real quick. The top 15. Forgetting Sarah Marshall at 15 should be lower. Super Troopers at 14 was fine. Number 13, Mean Girls should be higher. Shrek, number 12 should be a little bit. I think it's fine, but number 11, Monsters Inc. should be lower. Definitely lower. Actually, Shrek should be lower too. All right, now the top 10. All right, the top 10. This is supposedly the top 10 greatest comedies of the 2000s. All right, you ready? We're starting. Number 10, 2004's Dodgeball, a true underdog story. This is Ben Stiller as a villain, Vince Vaughn as a leading man. You got a graph live by the balls. Number 10. Ooh, I love this movie. I saw this so many times with my best friend. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I loved it. But is it better than, let's say, Bruce Almighty? Is it better than 50? Is it better than Mean Girls? No. It hurts me to say it because I love this movie so much, but it's not better than any of the ones that I mentioned before. So it might still be worthy of the top 10, but if I have to knock one down, it's probably going to be that one. We'll see. I have no idea what the other 10 are. I need to say this again. I love this fucking movie, but it's not better than any of the other ones that I already mentioned before. All right, let's move on. Number 9, Meet the Parents. So this is probably Ben Stiller's best movie of the early 2000s, or at least the funniest movie of the early 2000s. De Niro's hysterical on it. Even Owen Wilson is great in it. Dude, is it okay at number 9? I feel like it should be higher. You got male nurse Greg Fokker, Gaylord Fokker. I'm sorry. It was so unexpected. It's so great with meeting the CIA agent dad. Oh, I would move this higher. I definitely have to move this one higher. It's Meet the Parents. It's an iconic movie. Iconic performances. I have to move it up. I would have to move it up. Number 8, another movie that I love because it's so stupid. We got Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, and Luke Wilson in Old School. Frank the Tank. Be my boy, Blue. Be my boy. I love this movie. I love it. Spanish! Do you trust that we gave you enough slugs? I love it. I love it when they're just kidnapping all the kids. It's hysterical. Look, bring it on, bitches. It's I love that fucking. We're gonna go streaking to the quad, to the gymnasium. Fun fact: the main girl here from this movie is Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy. I always forget that. Every single time I rewatch this movie, it's like, oh shit, Meredith is in it. But I love this fucking movie. I love it. But I love it because it's stupid. Does that make a Todd Phillips movie? Todd Phillips honestly is the man. Todd Phillips, who you may or may not know, he recently did a small movie called Joker. Dude, okay, is it better than Meet the Parents? That's the question right now. It's definitely better than Dodgeball. All right, if we're talking Vince Vaughn movies, Old School is definitely better. But is it better than Meet the Parents? Should it be a number 8? No, I think Meet the Parents should take this one. So I would flip those two. And all right, number 7. This one is honestly way too low. It should be definitely higher. We got the 2005 movie with Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, again, Rachel McAdams, talking Wedding Crashers. Maybe one of the greatest comedies of all time. I love this movie so much. My stomach hurt when I was watching that movie. I could not stop laughing. Honestly, it's one of my favorite comedies of all time. This one should be way higher. At least top 3. This is Vince Vaughn's best movie, best comedy, maybe best movie in general. Owen Wilson's best comedy, easy. They should be way, way higher on this list. So that was not even, honestly, top 3. Not even close. Number 6, honestly, I think is overrated. So number 6, we have Elf. It's the Will Ferrell movie where he's a human who grew up with elves. It's okay. It's good. It's funny. But it's not better than Dodgeball, Meet the Parents, Old School, or Wedding Crashers. Not even close. I mean, it's not even the best Will Ferrell movie on this list. Old School is way better. And let me see. Well, we'll get to other ones, but yeah, I know. Definitely Elf, way too high. I would knock that one out of the top 20, to be honest. It especially compared to all the other ones that I mentioned, I would get it out of there. Number 5, we have Superbad with Emma Stone, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, and what's the other guy? And Michael Cera. I mean, the best part of this movie is McLovin, right? Can we agree with that? And there's one particular line that I remember makes my one of my friends, Philip, you might remember him from the Japan story, that it always cracks him up, and I think it's the one about the pool of semen in your belly button. I don't know why that thing made him cry for like half an hour. He could not stop laughing. We had to stop the movie. It's okay, but it's not. They're too whiny. It's honestly at one point it's kind of like they're too whiny. They're too much of whiny little bitches, and it should not be top. It should not be top 5. It should not be top 5. Especially, let me just reiterate what we have in the top 10. We got number 10, Dodgeball. Number 9, Meet the Parents. Number 8, Old School. Number 7, Wedding Crashers. And number 6, Elf. So you got 4 heavyweights there with Dodgeball, Meet the Parents, Old School, and Wedding Crashers. And then a medium weight with Elf. Superbad is nowhere near as good as any of the other 4. It was funny. It was okay. It had its moment, and it had a really good one. It had really good one character, but other than that, not that. Well, I mean, I guess it was the beginning of Emma Stone's career. That's where everybody saw her for the first time. It's really weird to think that Emma Stone, Academy Award winner Emma Stone, is the girl from Superbad. It's really weird. But all right, now, so far, Superbad and Elf, I would get them out of there. They should not be in the top 10, or at least they should not be. I would not put them in my top 10. But moving on. Number 4, we got Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Now, I need to clarify this. I live in San Diego, so to me, this movie holds a very special place in my heart just because of that. But add to that the fact that it had a kick-ass killer cast. I mean, Christina Applegate, even Ben Stiller's in it for a second, Vince Vaughn, Steve Carell, Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell. This movie is extremely, extremely stupid in the best way possible. It's hysterical, and it's got a whole bunch of little moments that are great. Ron, are you paying attention? Nope. Well, could you please stop? You pay a little bit of attention? It's important. And the character has become so iconic. He has his own fucking podcast. So, top 5, definitely. Anchorman 2, not as big of a fan. It doesn't square up well against the first one, but this one, it's so quotable. It's so memorable. This is definitely Will Ferrell's best movie of the early 2000s. Maybe of his career. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Number 3, ooh, interesting. We have The 40-Year-Old Virgin, which is the movie that probably brought that made Steve Carell, brought him to super fame. He was growing with The Office. He made it big with Anchorman, but to bring him to superstardom, I think, was The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And I can't imagine anybody else doing that role. That movie is hysterical. This, again, Judd Apatow. Oh, it's so funny. It's people forget Paul Rudd was also in it. Paul Rudd has been a secondary character in so many fucking movies that are great, and so many great comedies. You got Elizabeth Banks. You got Seth Rogen there again when he was kind of starting out to be famous as well. It's so great. But the question now is it better than Anchorman? Ooh, is The 40-Year-Old Virgin better than Anchorman? One is way stupider than the other one for sure. But oh my god, this is hard. I'm not kidding. It's giving me a headache just thinking about it, because they're both ridiculous, but one's stupid and one is kind of pathetic in a way. But it's but you really like. That's the problem. You really like the guy. Steve Carell is such a likable loser. I honestly, at this point, just because it's the more quotable movie, I would give it to Anchorman. Anchorman, just by very little, it should have beaten out The 40-Year-Old Virgin. But again, that might be my bias because I'm in San Diego. Honestly, the thing that might have won the edge here is my bias, but we'll see. I think I'm trying to be objective. Number 2, we have Step Brothers, which should not have been number 2. A great movie. Great fucking movie. Will Ferrell, with John C. Reilly. I personally prefer Talladega Nights between both of them. If I'm picking a movie between Will Ferrell that has Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, I would go Talladega Nights. Like, save me, Tom Cruise! But Step Brothers is good. The whole putting the balls on the drums there, it was pretty funny. I don't think it should be number 2. Especially, all right, so Step Brothers is not better than Anchorman, and it's not better than The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and I don't think it's better than Wedding Crashers or Meet the Parents. Maybe Old School. Maybe. But I think it's too high. And number 1, another Todd Phillips movie, maybe the best Todd Phillips comedy we have. Number 1, 2009, The Hangover, which is the movie that brought Bradley Cooper to superstardom. It brought Zach Galifianakis. It made him a star. It made Ed Helms slightly less irrelevant, and it made little baby Carlos. I remember watching this movie. I saw it with my sister. We were in Mexico, and then we found out that it was going to be in a theater in like half an hour in San Diego, and there was no borderline. It was late at night, and it was like, let's just fucking go. We're not doing anything. Let's just go. We laughed the whole way home, the whole drive from one country to another. It was like half an hour. It was a half an hour drive. We laughed all the way home. My inside, my ribs hurt. My stomach hurt from so much laughing. I remember the time I had not laughed that hard from The Hangover since I saw Wedding Crashers the first time. So to me, I'll give it to, you can't beat a rated R comedy. You can't. And that one was so wild, so ridiculous, so insane. Leslie Chow is not his name. What's his name? What's the name of the actor? I don't know, but Leslie Chow, the dude from Community, that also made him an extremely relevant person. Now I guess now he's a judge in The Masked Singer. But all right, I'm okay with it being number 1. I would personally move up. All right, so let me just go through the top 10 real quick. We got Dodgeball, Meet the Parents, Old School, Wedding Crashers, Elf, Superbad, Anchorman, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Step Brothers, The Hangover. So I would leave The Hangover number 1. I would move up Wedding Crashers number 2. And, oh, crap. This is difficult. All right. Okay. I need to eliminate stuff. So Dodgeball, I wouldn't eliminate it. I would eliminate it. Meet the Parents should be in there. Old School eliminated. Elf eliminated. Superbad eliminated. Anchorman, 40. All right. So number 3 would be between The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Anchorman, and Meet the Parents. All right, which one's the funnier movie? This is very difficult. Okay, you got Meet the Parents. You got Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro, Owen Wilson, and you got you got the scene with the whole interrogation stuff. You got the cat that can't flush the toilet, then flooding of the backyard, the water polo scene, which is really funny. Okay, and all right. So honestly, just going through it again, I would eliminate Meet the Parents, because Meet the Parents is not as full of a comedy as a comedy. So it would be between, well, it is a full comedy. God damn it, this is hard. But I would eliminate it because I don't think it's as funny as Anchorman or The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And I already decided that I'm putting Anchorman over 40-Year-Old Virgin. So honestly, I'm probably just eliminated Meet the Parents because it would make my decision way easier. So with that being said, mine top 3 would be Hangover number 1, Wedding Crashers number 2, and Anchorman number 3. And that is it. Well, number 4 would be 40-Year-Old Virgin, and what would be number 5? Ooh, probably Old School. Yeah, Old School. Why not? Screw it. That's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. This is way longer than I expected. I thought I was going to do a quickie, but oh well. Life happens, I guess. As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at Super Dario World. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.